Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers today. Super fun one. We've never done this before, and it's actually pretty interesting, but we will be talking about the 8 weirdest facts you're gonna wanna know, and maybe even go see or travel about Colorado.
Let's check it out, guys. What's up, guys? I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time checking out our channel, welcome. And hey, while you're here, you're gonna wanna subscribe because we drop new videos every Tuesday and Thursday telling you everything there is to know about moving to or living in the entire Denver, Colorado area.
100%, and we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping up below, we are the guys trying to the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if there's something we can do for you, we would love to. But with that being said, let's get to the weird. Let's have some fun with it. Let's fill you guys in on the 8 weirdest things you're gonna wanna know.
Let's get weird! Let's get weird!
Okay, number 1. This one, a lot of you are gonna be able to relate to, and a lot of the locals know, but some outsiders may not. And that is that the Stanley Hotel, located in Estes Park, which we've done videos on, was actually the inspiration for Stephen King's The movie, The Shining.
If you haven't seen it,
Here's Johnny!
that movie, it also makes most of us kids growing up, or you kids growing up now, a little scared to even stay there. But what a great place. Contrary to popular belief, I said it's inspiration for Dumb and Dumber. He disagrees. He's like, hey, Dumb and Dumber was filmed there. It wasn't the inspiration.
Yeah.
Empress of Japan, and of course Princess Charles and Di when they were...
Right.
We haven't talked to Jim. We're gonna get some confirmation on that. Either way, more importantly, or not necessarily more importantly, but that hotel rests inside of Estes Park, which is just outside of the Colorado Rocky Mountain National Park, which is amazing. So in addition to going and seeing it, they do say it's haunted. You can stay in some of those haunted rooms. I think it costs extra. So if you wanna get haunted and hurt and traumatized for the rest of your life, you gotta pay more. So if you're in that position and life isn't weird enough, and you want to go for it, go for it. They do have overnights. They do give you a ton of history on the hotel and the stories behind what they think or who they think is haunting the hotel. In addition to that, if you need some fresh air after all of that, getting out, going to Bear Lake, going up into the Rocky Mountain National Park, a lot of fun. You guys can get toffee in Estes Park.
Plenty of it.
You can get toffee in Estes Park. You can get salted toffee in Estes Park.
And fudge.
And fudge. A lot of fun, a lot of great stuff, but definitely one that most people don't know about. Definitely one you should check out. All right, guys, number 2, we are home to the largest national hot springs.
Yes, yes. So as far as hot springs goes, guys, we have a ton of those right just trying to come to the mountains. We've got Idaho Springs. The largest one that he's talking about, largest natural hot springs, is in Glenwood Springs. And then there's actually in Colorado, the world's deepest natural hot springs as well. That's at a different one, can't remember the name, but we've got a ton of those really cool touristy sites here that isn't too far in the mountains, and that is one of the absolute best things that you can do in the mountains year round.
They're a lot of fun. I also feel like it's a little weird, right? Like I feel like National Lampoon's Uncle Eddie sitting at hot springs bragging about how he's in the biggest hot springs in the world or in the country, right? Like,
Yeah, life is good.
but a lot of fun, and people tend to go up there, and you know, it's something that you can do that's outside. So even if you're in the mountains and it's like your fall or your winter season, those hot springs, pretty sure they're hot.
They are, they're really hot.
It's weird that it's hot when it's cold. Either way, a lot of fun. Check it out. If you've never been to one, you definitely have to check that box when you're here in Colorado.
All right, number 3, one of the most patriotic songs of the nation, right? America the Beautiful was actually written after Pikes Peak, located in Colorado Springs.
Fun fact, Pikes Peak is also in my backyard. I look at it every day. It's amazing, it's beautiful, it's definitely worth the views, and you guys can climb it. So in addition to maybe listening to that song, maybe put it in your earbuds and listen to that while you're climbing it. Either way, super great one to get out. And I think we've got, I don't know if it's like 59 14ers in Colorado, but in addition to like your super hard hikes, you've also got intermediate and beginner level hikes and trails that you guys can do that are a lot of fun. And anything you're doing down south, and that's what most people don't think of when it comes to Pikes Peak, is that's a huge peak that's more southern Colorado, more Colorado Springs-ish than you would think of when you think of the Rocky Mountain National Park and the Front Range. That's all a little bit more central and north when it comes to the mountain line. Pikes Peak more south, a lot of fun. Colorado Springs in general is just a fun place to go. You have the Air Force Academy down there, some other great stuff, but definitely want to check it out.
Yeah, Pikes Peak's a really cool attraction spot. They do races there. They do car races, motorcycle races, triathlons, things like that. I don't know if it's actual triathlon, but marathons up Pikes Peak. They do a ton of stuff on that mountain. And it's one of the most notable ones. When you're looking at the Front Range, it's always very, very easy to distinguish where Pikes Peak is.
It is a little weird that like that song, the inspiration was just that though. Like out of all the people and events and moments in America, and everyone crying when that song is played.
That's the power of nature right there. All right, now our next weird fact about Colorado. Not so weird, more interesting.
Fitting.
But the highest paved road in the entire country is located right here in Colorado, of course, on Mount Evans Scenic Byway.
Just over, I think it's just over 14,000 feet.
Yes,
it's tall.
That's high.
It's a long way up there. It is cool though, because if you guys want to go up and drive and maybe you're not into the hiking or different things, but you want to go see a view and have a lot of fun, there are a ton of paved roads in Colorado that are super high up, that are inside of the mountains. That is the highest one, probably one of the best ones for you guys to go drive. But again, it's nice and it's convenient that you guys can go up that way. Definitely be careful. Definitely don't drive that in inclement weather. And a lot of times they do tend to close off.
Don't look over the edge, that's for sure.
All right, guys, number 5, we are also home to the longest continuous street in the country. It's been rumored to go all the way to California. Not continuous, the name changes, there's some things change about it, but the rumor is it goes all the way to California, but that is Colfax.
Yes, yes. Now, Colfax is a very, very, very popular, well-known street here amongst the locals. It's also known as 15th. So when you're looking at a grid of Denver, you're
it's not known
13th,
as
14th, Colfax, 16th, 17th, 18th. No one calls it 15th.
It's the 15,
it's called Colfax.
It's the 1500 block.
Yes, the 1500
the
block.
The 1600, yes. The cop in me is coming out. We're like, I remember directions and what things are called. It's
and the
not
pizza delivery boy is coming out in me.
30 minutes or less or it's free. All jokes aside, a lot of history goes into Colfax. You've got a lot of Colorado history. You've got really cool mom and pop shops. You've got tattoo shops that are going up.
Great people watching.
JB Tattoos is there. That's where I get my tattoos. He also does literally all of the Denver Broncos and a lot of other professional athletes. So there's just a lot of cool history and culture and storytelling down there. You've got the Colfax Marathon. You've got the Colfax Art District. You've got Denver East High School that's just off of it. A lot of really cool, rich, historical items in addition to just some really cool events and amenities down there. So whether you're driving it or you guys are going down there, a lot of fun. East Colfax is starting to grow. You've got more residential that's growing under that. West Colfax is still very cultured in a sense of Sloan's Lake, small business. It's down there by like Mile High Stadium. A lot of really cool stuff, a lot of history. Either way, drive it, walk down it, have some fun with it.
We could do a whole video on Colfax.
It'd be an interesting video. It would be weird volume 2, Colfax, right? Either way, check it out.
All right, number 6. If you want to come here to hike, it's not all just mountains and trails and pine trees and all that stuff, but you can actually hike the tallest sand dune in America at the Great Sand Dunes National Park.
Correct. So that is southern Colorado, like southwestern Colorado. Not only is it that, but it's also, some of you do a research on this, quote me on this, I'll throw you a free home warranty when you guys purchase a home, but it is the smallest categorized desert in the world. So it's like the smallest one that's allowed to be categorized as far as size-wise and whatever they categorize it as, desert in the world. So super cool, but you guys can take your snowboards up there, you can take your skis, you can take sleds, go up there and have a lot of fun. We've climbed it before. People roll down it.
You look at me, but I haven't.
I've climbed it. It's interesting. I've never felt like a topic for another day. It's definitely a desert. It's definitely interesting, but it is a lot of fun. You guys can still get down there, and sunsets down there are amazing. The sand is amazing. And it just gets you guys some things, like if you're living here in Colorado already, if you're moving to Colorado, one of the best things we think about this state is not only is it 4 seasons, but you've got just a ton of stuff that you guys can go see and go do. Right here, you don't have to travel to Florida or California or Puerto Rico or Mexico or Italy. Like, those are all fun. But there is so much stuff. You guys can hop in the car and within 2 to 4 hours have a fun week or a fun weekend going and seeing a lot of this stuff and just really learning all of Colorado's histories and just the things to do. Something that we don't have on this, but I'm gonna give it an honorable mention, that is Telluride. Telluride is so beautiful. It's one of the, literally it's like world famous for being down there during the fall time.
Yeah, music festivals. Like
the changing of the leaves, the mountains, like just a really fun thing. They've mentioned in like every sad country song. Like if you get broken up and you sing country, you go to Telluride. And I don't know if you ever get over it.
Just go back to Telluride. ride and do it all over again.
Digressing, moving on. Either way, just a lot of really cool stuff you guys should be looking at. All right, guys, number 7, I was one off. We are home to 58 14ers. So 58 14,000 foot or higher peaks. Not 59, I was one off, forgive me. Really cool, and again, just speaks to our outdoor adventure and climbing and having a great time.
Now this is one thing for locals, guys. They are always, and by locals, we're locals. I've never climbed a 14er at all. However, a lot of locals, many locals, make it a goal over the course of their Colorado lifespan to climb all 58. It's an extremely hard task. There are a lot of easy ones to do. There's a lot of harder ones to do, but regardless of skill level, there's a 14er that you can accomplish.
And regardless of whether you want to do a 14 or not, I've been saying in this video, there's a lot of cool trails and hikes that you guys can do whether you want to do a 14er or not. And we mentioned this in almost all of our videos, how dog friendly / pet friendly the state of Colorado is. So if you do have animals, as long as it's not too hot and their paws don't burn out there on those hikes, because
little hiking boots.
Yeah, it gets hot out there, but it is, a lot of these trails, a lot of these hikes that you do is very dog friendly. So if you guys want to bring your best friend out with you and have a great time, I encourage you to do so. All right, guys, finally, last but not least, number 8.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Believe it or not, guys, the cheeseburger was actually trademarked in Denver, Colorado.
Correct, trademark. So we can argue about where it was invented and whatever, but if somebody wasn't business savvy enough to trademark the name, then it's not official till it's Facebook official, correct? Well, then it's not official until it's trademarked, which means Colorado is home to the cheeseburger.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
And speaking of food and speaking specifically to cheeseburgers, not only do a lot of local breweries here have amazing scratch kitchens, you've got food downtown. One of the fastest growing things here, in addition to real estate and the economics of big business coming here, our food scene seems like it is ever growing. Literally every season, there is just significantly more showing up, significantly unique foods. However, we've always had a strong backbone, maybe ironically, with like cheeseburger style food. There's a lot of great places for you guys to eat here.
One in particular that is top of mind because it is housed right here in Castle Rock is called Crave Burger. Now, if you're looking for the most ridiculous, outrageous burger creations that you can find, Crave is going to be the place to go. It's always packed, it's always busy. It's been on like diners, drive-ins, and dives and all those shows multiple times. If you want like a burger housed between two big glazed donuts, where else can you find that but Crave?
We call it a food coma. Like if your day is it's just been one of those days and you're having a screw it day, go to a place like that.
Done.
Get all fat and happy.
Done.
Go home, get into a coma, wake up and have a better day tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, if your tomorrow involves living in Colorado, just as a reminder, we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, and just as much as we love doing these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So that number that's popping back up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to, but until next burger, until next video, you guys enjoy. We will see you very soon.
See you guys.